What's good, y'all? It's your boy BioSpider 3.0, keeping the action going with another unboxing. And what do you think we have in here today? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Got this off of eBay, so yeah, we're just gonna get right into the unboxing, and then I will show y'all what we cooking with today. So what's going on, y'all? Hope everybody's doing good. Here we go with another unboxing for the channel. Mystery figure on the way. And if you're guessing what figure I have right now, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your guesses are before I go ahead and reveal him. Let me know what your thoughts are as far as what the figure is going to be. I'll be happy to respond to those comments, let you know if you got close. Oh, here we go. All right, got some plastic here. Gonna go ahead and rip the protective plastic inside. Figure's looking pretty good so far. Definitely liking it. There we go. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. All right, go ahead and straighten it out. All right. Oh, no way, the gimmick still works. Nice. All right. Alrighty then. So, any last minute guesses of who we have before I go ahead and reveal? Take your guesses, because here we go. 5 seconds to get your guesses in, alright? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booyah! Today we have the Lightspeed Rescue Red Ranger from Bandai. Alright, so last time we looked at the Green Ranger, Mr. Joel Rawlings. Today we have a look at the leader himself, Carter Grayson, Lightspeed Rescue Red. And this figure is going to be pretty nostalgic for me because I did have a very similar one as a kid. And I'll get into that in just a little bit, but yeah, I had a very, very similar figure to this as a kid. I remember growing up playing with a Red Ranger that was almost just like this. And it was, very, very, one of my favorite Power Ranger figures that I had as a kid. And let's see, he does come with some accessories. So I'm gonna take each one out and we'll run through those real quick before we get to Carter. But he looks very, very nice out of the package right away. Really, really liking how he looks. Of course, this is the Bandai figure, so obviously looks a little bit different than the Lightning Collection Hasbro figures. But that being said, the detail on it is still very, very nice. And again, we'll look at him a little bit closer in just a bit. Gonna move him over to the side and show you what he came with. So first up, we have the Rescue Baton. So we have the this is basically the Rescue Blaster, but in baton mode. So he uses this a lot. Pretty much all of the Rangers use this as one of their primary weapons when battling the demons in Mariner Bay. But again, very nicely detailed and sculpted. Obviously, no real paintwork going on. It's just molded in a kind of gunmetal or gray plastic. But again, that detail does look really nice. And if you were someone who likes to paint, like myself, you could easily add some paint to this to have it looking even better and, accurate to the show. So that is always an option. But yeah, this looks very, very nice. Pretty much the exact same as the one we got with the Green Ranger. So there is this. And then we have it, of course, in blaster mode as well. So here we have the Rescue Blaster, which looks very, very nice. And of course, that will holster nicely into his side, pocket, or his side holster, which looks really good. It's on his left side, but yeah, again, same as the Green Ranger. And I think I showed it off in the last video. Maybe I didn't. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I do actually still have the blaster from when I was a kid. That Red Ranger figure that I had when I was a kid, he actually came with a blaster as well, and I do still have that blaster to this day. So now I actually have 3 of these in the collection. I have this one, the one that came with the Green Ranger that we just reviewed, and then the one from the Red Ranger when I was a kid. So yeah, I've still got that blaster from all those years ago. So very, very cool. But yeah, again, nicely detailed. Again, that same gray plastic, but not too much to it. Still looks nice though. And then he also comes with the rescue drill. I had to go back and actually look up the names for some of these weapons because I forgot. I forgot how many configurations their weapons have in Lightspeed Rescue. They actually have quite a lot. I didn't realize, just how many weapons they had. But yeah, I'd say like their arsenal is kind of like heavier than most of than a lot of like the previous Rangers. They usually don't come with so many weapons or versions of their weapons, but Lightspeed Rescue kind of started to break into that, alternate, configurations and transformations of weapons, all these different modes, which is really cool. So here we have the rescue drill, which, the shape of it, the cone spiral shape kind of reminds me of the spiral saber from In Space, Andros's spiral saber that he always uses. This definitely reminds me of that a little bit, but you can see we've got some nice blue and red plastic in it, some black as well. And obviously the drill part itself is in a kind of like almost silver color. It's like a gray plastic, but it's not super reflective, but it does kind of have like a silver look to it, kind of like silvery gunmetal look. So that's cool. And yeah, and then down here we have the darker blue. Got some red going in here, some more of that kind of silver color. And yeah, and then the handle itself is molded in black. And you can see the Lightspeed symbol is molded into there, just like the previous weapons that I showed. It looks very, very nice. So yeah, again, some paint would definitely go a long way to help this look even better, but it does look pretty nice for what it is. So there we go. And that's all of his weapons that he comes with. So let's pull Carter back into frame. Here we have him, man, Lightspeed Red. And I gotta say, Carter is probably one of my favorite Red Rangers, especially after watching like the Forever Red episode. Oh man, legendary episode. If you've never seen Forever Red, are you even a Power Rangers fan? But yeah, Forever Red, absolutely, dope episode. I do remember catching glimpses of it on TV when I was a kid. I remember seeing like all the Red Rangers assemble, and I was just blown away at that time. Even though I obviously hadn't seen like all of the series, so the impact wasn't as big as when I went back and rewatched it, because now I had all the history of the Red Rangers from each season coming together, and watching the storyline unfold was really, really cool. But yeah, I do kind of remember catching glimpses of Forever Red as a kid and just being blown away at all the different Red Rangers that were teaming up. And yeah, it was an epic battle. And going back and watching it now, there's a lot of funny shots when they're actually battling the I forget what they're called, but basically the guys that are trying to restart the Machine Empire with Serpentera. And so they look very similar to like Kamen Riders, kind of have like that Beetle aesthetic. And I watched something that said that they were basically just reused the costumes from one of the Japanese Sentai shows for Forever Red. They're like characters, I think, from either Power Rangers or like either Super Sentai or Kamen Rider. They basically just reused those same costumes for the Forever Red. And so I thought that was a cool fun fact. But yeah, Forever Red, excellent episode. I wish it was a little bit longer. Almost, it was basically like a regular episode because it was a part of Wild Force, the Wild Force season towards the end. But almost wish Forever Red was like a movie, and that the ending would have been like a little bit longer. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I won't get into spoilers, but yeah, really, really dope stuff. So here is Carter Grayson, up close and personal, Lightspeed Rescue Red. And like I said, he's one of my favorite Red Rangers. I really, really like the leadership qualities that he had in the show. He was a really cool guy, very good at, commanding his team, but and knowing when to be serious and also lighthearted. I think he was a really good leader and balanced that well, with his team. And I guess the fact that he was a firefighter, I have an affinity for that too. I've always liked, firefighters. When I was a kid, I actually had a firefighter themed birthday when I was about, well, I think I had to be about 3 years old, somewhere between 3 and 5 years old. My parents actually threw me a firefighter themed birthday, and yeah, I actually got to ride on a fire truck. I don't remember too much of it because I was so little, but I actually got to ride on a fire truck in my neighborhood. Around the going up, down the streets with the firefighters. And yeah, my parents just really did the most for me when it came to my birthdays and stuff. Very, very blessed to have such awesome parents. But yeah, and this was definitely one of the first Red Ranger figures that I had as a kid, and it definitely holds a special place in my heart for that reason. But yeah, love Carter, great Red Ranger. Love the outfit that he has for Lightspeed Rescue. Again, just like the Green Ranger that we saw, he's got the white, kind of stripes, triangle flag shaped stripes kind of going in towards the torso. Looks like a little bit of paint is kind of missing because I think they're supposed to meet all the way in the center here. You can see a little bit of the white starts to fade right here. Again, not too big of an issue. I can easily fix that with a little bit of paint. But yeah, you get the idea. So not like a super complicated design to the costume, but it is simple and very effective. It looks very nice. I like that his visor is kind of in the shape of a shield. I really like that. He's got kind of that old school style shield, like a crest, family crest style shield for his visor. So I like that a lot. He's got the white, going throughout the costume. And then of course we have the gold / bronze color going for the the gloves or the forearm cuffs, and then his belt. He's got some nice dark blue painted for the Lightspeed Rescue symbol on the belt. And yeah, same color going for his holster on the side there. And then the top of his his boot cuffs are in a darker kind of bronze color, pretty similar to what we saw in the Green Ranger. So yeah, he looks pretty good. And here's a look at the back of him. Did not bring the rotating display stand, but I'm not even gonna waste time grabbing that today. We'll just, I'll just turn him around so you get a full 360 look at him. But this is what he looks like from the back. And as you can see, he does come with a gimmick because he has a little bit of a button on his lower back. And I tested it out when I unpackaged him, and it actually does still work. So that is dope. I'll show that off in just a minute. But yeah, just looking at the back of him, getting some more idea of what he looks like from the back. Older figure, so of course we have some screws, some noticeable, some visible screws. So we've got one down here just above his butt at the, kind of going into the belt. And we've got some more going into the back of his legs. We've got some pins, for the side, for the joints, where the knees are. Pins again up here for the arms, but at least these are painted. They're not silver like the ones down here in his legs. They're actually painted red, so they're not so much of a eyesore, But again, looks very, very nice. Very, very cool Red Ranger. So yeah, so now I guess I'll go ahead and show off the gimmick. So he does have a sound box in the back, and if you press that little button that's on his back, he makes some sounds. So here we go. And his visor lights up, forgot to mention that too. So yeah, his visor actually does light up red on the inside, and then he makes some sound effects. So I'll go ahead and play that again. I like that a lot. It kind of sounds like a fire, or being inside of a building with a bunch of with a fire kind of raging around you. And I think that's very suitable for obviously Carter being the firefighter ranger. But yeah, one more time. Very, very cool stuff. So yeah, just a very simple gimmick. And again, obviously, you guys know I'm not too big on gimmicks, but I think this one is actually one of the cooler ones. Definitely gives some character to this particular Red Ranger figure. So I like that a lot. But yeah, we'll get into articulation. Obviously, it's going to be pretty basic, not a Lightning Collection style figure, very old, dated figure at this point. Bandai didn't go too crazy with articulation back in the days, so his head is static, just like the Green Ranger. It doesn't really turn left or right, doesn't move up or down really. The arms can rotate, can windmill, let's see, pretty much all the way around, and they are pretty tight at the shoulder joint. No bicep swivel or anything like that. We do get a single jointed elbow that gets a good solid 90 degrees. See a little bit of a paint chip right there. Not too bad though. A little bit up top too, but not too bad. The paint is a little bit fuzzy in certain places. You can see like some gold up here is bleeding from his cuff onto the glove, but again, not too bad. This is an older figure, so you know, a little bit of paint imperfections is definitely expected. And then let's see, no torso articulation. Obviously he has the gimmick built in, so we're not gonna have like an ab crunch or anything that's gonna allow him to really crunch forward from the torso or, you know, swivel, anything like that, no rotation. But for the legs, you can kick forward to about a 90 degrees, which looks pretty good. You can get that leg up pretty high. As far as kicking back, no real movement going backwards. He's gonna get hindered by the sculpt. So the leg's only gonna go really about that far back, which is not much at all. For the knees, we have, again, a single joint. So we can curl that and get about, again, close to a 90 degrees to get the, you know, the lower leg coming back. And then obviously nothing in the feet, so no ankle rockers, no swivel, anything like that. We do have peg holes at the bottom of his feet, and it says on the bottom of one foot, it says copy, I think that's copyright. I'm not sure if that's copyright, but it says something in a circle, 99 Bandai, and then a L for the left foot, and then made in China, and an R for right foot on the other one. So there you go. And that is basically the Lightspeed Rescue Red Ranger. Oh, let's do out to the side. So the legs do get out to the side, which is actually probably like the best range, the most range that they get out of the legs is actually out to the side, which is, you know, when it comes to Hasbro, that's usually like the least, the one that has like the least amount of range is the out to the side. But Bandai's figures, the older figures, they actually do get a pretty decent out to the side. So you get almost a perfect splits there, so that's, you know, not bad. So there you have that. No thigh swivel or anything like that, of course, but yeah. So again, very basic articulation style figure, but still pretty good paint throughout. Really, really do like the way it looks. I actually, like I said, do like the gimmick on this one. I think that's a really cool, like, little sound effect. Very simple, and I like the fact that his visor actually does light up red still. Let me show it one more time. Oh no, is it not working anymore? Uh-oh, I might have killed the battery. Wow, I'm pressing the button and he's not doing it anymore. Uh-oh. Well, at least I got to show it off in the review. Looks like, yeah, I might have actually killed the battery inside. And yeah, getting in there to replace it would definitely be quite the headache. So yeah, I would have to like really disassemble this figure to get in there and change out the battery. And I don't even know what kind of battery it takes. It's probably like one of those like, you know, what do you call them? Those the little batteries that look like a coin or something. It's probably not even like a standard battery because it's so small. Dang, man, I can't believe I killed the battery. I was really hoping to actually use that sound effect, you know, more. But oh well. Well, at least we got to see it, you know, a few times in the review before it died. But yeah, so that is Carter. I'm gonna go ahead and put his blaster into his holster. So we holster that at his side. Dang it, Carter. Gotta come back, bro. Bring the light back. Bring back the sound. Oh, it's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted his gimmick to keep working. But again, like I said, at least we got to see it in the review. Yeah. So here is one more up close look at him. Again, obviously he's got a bit of paint imperfections here and there. So we got a little bit of chipping here on the boot. Not too bad though. Again, I can easily cover up, you know, the spots of white that are kind of like chipped or cracked, you know. But he does look pretty nice though, front to back. Very nice looking Ranger. And again, since I had that very similar Red Ranger when I was a kid, I do actually to this day still have the speeder. The figure that I had before, he came with the rescue speeder, and I actually do still have that speeder. So really quick, just to show that off, here is the rescue speeder that came with the Red Ranger that I had as a kid. And obviously you can see it's gotten a lot of wear and tear over time. A lot of the red paint on it has faded quite a bit. I used to have this like in an old toy box full of toys, and I think, you know, my dad had kept it outside for a while, and I'm pretty sure like the sun got to it, and so, you know, obviously over time the red started to fade. You can see all this like white kind of weathered spots on it and things like that. The paint didn't really hold up too well, but it is nice that I do still have it in the collection. And you can see like where this gold circle is up front, there used to actually be a sticker there with the Lightspeed Rescue symbol. That's gone somewhere. Who knows where it's at now. But yeah, we got like we got this orange kind of like light for like the front of the speeder. And then, you know, you got the seat in there. Got a little bit of silver paint for the controls and things on the side. That's how it looks from the interior. So there's like a little, trying to show you guys like the inside of it the best as I can. It's basically just red inside, you know, has a black seat and then a black little control panel thing in the front right there. And again, a lot of the paint, the white paint has like kind of chipped off and worn away, but you know, just wanted to show this off real quick because it is a piece of that Red Ranger from my childhood that I still have. I don't have the actual Red Ranger himself anymore. But I did do some research to try to find out what specific release came with this speeder, you know, to find the one that I had as a kid. You can see it's got 4 wheels. It actually does roll. So that's cool. Even though the wheels don't roll super well. Kind of have like some friction to them now. But yeah, I actually was able to find on Google the release that came with the speeder. Probably got this, you know, back when Toys R Us was still a thing, but let me move this aside. Got on this Toys R Us. But yeah, this is apparently the release that came with the speeder that I had when I was a kid. So zoom in a little bit. And one thing that I didn't really realize as a kid was that you can see the Red Ranger. I really like the design of this box. First of all, I like how like they show the Red Ranger in the window, and it's kind of like a lightning bolt. I thought that was pretty cool. But you'll notice that in this picture, the Red Ranger in it actually is like silver for the white parts of his costume instead of white. And as a kid, I could have sworn that he had white, but I guess he was in fact silver. They for some reason painted the white parts of his costume silver for this Ranger release. But yeah, you can see he comes with the rescue speeder right there. It was all in one big box, and you got this for $9.99, man. Just imagine, like, that's crazy. We'll never see prices like that for figures nowadays, even for these like old school ones with dated articulation and things like that. But the fact that you could get, you know, a speeder, like a big speeder, and then a Ranger for only $10, like crazy. Like, what a time that was, man. If only, you know, we were still in that era where toys only costed like 10 to 15 bucks. Obviously everything now is like 25 and up. Especially if you're an adult collector, you know, you're getting into the high-end stuff. So nowadays we're paying like hundreds of dollars for, you know, the super nice figures. But I mean, obviously they should be in a different tax bracket because there's so much more to them, more higher quality paint, accessories, articulation, all that. But still, nice to reminisce about a simpler time as far as money goes with our figures. And then real quick, while I'm showing you this, I will also show you, let's see, this is what the Red Ranger looks like from Lightspeed Rescue, in case you're unfamiliar with the season. So here is Carter. This is our Lightspeed Rescue Red Carter right here. And then we have, him front to back inside as the Red Ranger. So that's what his suit looked like in the show. But yeah, there he is, Carter Grayson, Red Lightspeed Ranger. Very, very cool Ranger and character in my opinion. Again, I do like him a lot. Thought he was a really great leader. And yeah, I think it would have been nice if we would have gotten the V Lancers. I think the V Lancers were a really cool weapon that they used a lot. And the first episode that they actually used them in was when they battled the Titanium Ranger, I think for like the second time. And, Mrs. Fairweather had, cooked up the V Lancers for them, as like a power upgrade so that they would stand a better chance against the Titanium Ranger. And I really like the V Lancers. I wish we would have got some with these Bandai figures. I know that the Super Mega Force line, they did actually give them, like the Red Ranger from that line, they did give him his V Lancer, and I would like to, get it if I could find it so I could add it to this Red Ranger. The only problem is that it would probably be very undersized just because those figures are so much smaller. You guys saw how small the Titanium Ranger was from that line. So yeah, it probably wouldn't scale very well with this guy, unfortunately, but yeah, it definitely would be nice to get like a custom V-Lancer weapon or something that was scale appropriate for this Red Ranger. But yeah, just to show you that. And yeah, I was just looking up, I was on the Wiki Fandom, just basically looking up the names of the different weapons and vehicles that they came with. The Carter actually got a lot of different vehicles. So you can see he's got like the speeder right here, which attached actually to the Lightspeed Rescue Cycle. So he's got like the cycle there. And then he also got another thing, what was it called? He got like a flying vehicle that was like his own personal vehicle as well. Forgot what it was called. I think it's on here though. Let's see. What did they call that thing? Yeah, the Trans Armor Cycle is the one that I was showing up there, and the Trans Armor Cycle actually transformed. Let's see, bring this back in. The Trans Armor Cycle transformed into that. So that was really cool. He got that kind of like battle. That was basically like his battleizer in the show. So that was like a really cool transformation thing. But where is that one I was trying to find? I can't find that one. I forgot what it was called, but it was like the something armored vehicle, like maybe mega armored vehicle or something like that. But it was a really cool weapon that was like specific to the Red Ranger that he used in a certain episode. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and these are, so that weapon that we were trying to figure out that came with the Green Ranger last time was actually this one. This is the Rescue Cutter. So it's basically like that thing that had the clamp and like opened up with like the little blades. That was the Rescue Cutter. And then the Rescue Drill, that's the one that we just got with Carter that I showed at the beginning. And that's how it looks. Obviously you can see like the more accurate colors now. The Lightspeed symbol is got some gold behind it with the blue, all that good stuff. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I wanted to show as far as Carter goes. And before I forget, let me give a big shout out to TYZ-ABR777 on eBay. He is the same seller who sold me the green Lightspeed Rescue Ranger, Mr. Joel Rawlings. So I want to give him another shout out and say thank you very much for supplying me with this figure. And it again is giving me a lot of nostalgia from being a kid and having that original, Lightspeed Rescue Red Ranger. You also notice his hands are a little bit more of a yellowed white. They're not quite as, pure of a white, or like a flat white as the gloves. They've suffered from a little bit of yellowing, so that's just something to note. But yeah, so that is pretty much it as far as he goes. So let's get into size comparisons. All right, so let me zoom out just a little bit here. All right, and there's Mr. Carter, dead center, and now we'll bring in his buddy, Mr. Joel, the Sky Cowboy. Green Lightspeed Rescue Ranger right there. And you can see they look really nice together. They scale very, very well. I think Carter is actually just slightly taller. I mean, they're probably the exact same height. This is like a 5.5-inch line, so but yeah, I want to say Carter might be just slightly taller than Joel, which is appropriate because Carter's actually was a pretty tall ranger. You can see like when he's standing around the other rangers, and in the Forever Red episode, you could tell that Carter was actually like pretty tall, a lot taller than most of the other rangers. So yeah, but there you go. There he is with Lightspeed Green. And let's see, let's pull in some more 5.5-inch. So on his other side, we have Dustin, the Ninja Storm Yellow Ranger from the Ninja Flash line from Bandai. Again, in that 5.5-inch scale. And so I think that looks pretty good. It actually seems like Dustin is a little taller, which is interesting because he definitely wouldn't be in real life. Carter is definitely much taller than Dustin. Wow, I'm messing up my words today. Carter is much taller than Dustin, for sure, in real life. But yeah, that's how they stack up. So there is that. I'll bring in Shane and Tori as well from the same line. Get Shane's sword back on here. On his back, there we go. So here is Shane from the Ninja Flash line. Ninja Storm Red. So you can see how he scales with him. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I want to say Shane is actually a little bit taller. So yeah, maybe Bandai like started to make their figures slightly taller as time went on for these 5.5-inch lines from back in the day. But again, they do scale pretty well. It's definitely not like a drastic difference, just like a slight height difference there. And then you have Tori, the Blue Ranger from Ninja Storm. That's how she scales with them. So I think that looks pretty good as well. So yeah, there you go. Moving them out of the way. And we'll move Joel as well. Bringing in some SH Figuarts. We have the SH Figuarts Go Riders. So here is Blake on his side, or Kuwaga Rider. Right, and then we have Hunter or Kabuto Rider on his opposite side. So you can see how they scale. And again, pretty good. I do have both of their knees slightly bent, so just keep that in mind. If their legs were straightened, they'd probably be just a little bit taller than him. Just like a hair taller, but again, not too much. You could definitely like make it work, I think, in a collection. So that looks pretty good. But yeah, there you have it. There's your SH Figuarts Go Riders. And we'll bring in the Dragon Ranger, or Mighty Morphin Green, Mr. Tommy, of course. Got the Dragon Dagger playing the flute. And there he is next to Carter. So again, those two scale pretty well. SH Figuarts is about a 5.5-inch line as well, so they pair really well with the older Bandai figures as far as height. And let's see, we'll bring in Samurai Green from Ninja Storm, from the Ninja Flash line. On his other side, we'll bring in Zeltrax from the old Bandai line from Dino Thunder. Alright, so we get some villains in there. Turn them a little bit more this way, there we go. Oh, there he goes falling. I got you, Carter, I got you, Holmes. Okay, there we go. Let's turn him a little bit more this way. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Zeltrax is actually kind of like quite a bit taller. Like I would say like at least maybe a half inch or quarter inch taller than Carter. Um, on camera, he actually kind of looks a little even bigger, but yeah, he's maybe like a half or quarter inch taller than Carter there. And then Cam scales up pretty well with Carter. They're about the exact same height. Pretty similar body molds as well. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. Moving these two. Next we have Mesogog from the Lightning Collection on this side. And then we have Vexicus from the Ninja Flash line. Alright, and there is Vexicus on the other side. And yeah, they look pretty good. Mesogog is definitely bigger as he should be. This is a Lightning Collection figure. Vexicus, again, Bandai, 5.5 inch scale, so you should scale very well with him as he does. So there you go. Alright, moving these two aside. Who else we got? Let's bring in the Lightning Collection In Space Black Ranger, Mr. Carlos, that we reviewed not too long ago. So here is Carlos with his Lunar Lance. See, I got the name right that time. Here he is. There is Carlos. And then we'll bring in... let's bring in the McFarlane Toys DC Rebirth Deathstroke. You can see I actually don't have him on the stand this time. The stand actually fell off as I was assembling my size comparisons. But yeah, you can see he actually stands pretty well on his own. And obviously he is a lot bigger than the Red Ranger here and bigger than Carlos, as he should be. McFarlane is 7-inch scale, so that explains that. Who else we got? Let's bring in the Udon Taskmaster from Hasbro. I think this guy was like part of like a Captain America line, like maybe like Captain America movie line, I forget. But I just call him the Udon Taskmaster because he has that look from the comics. And we have the DC Universe New 52 All-Stars Batman figure from, I believe Mattel made this one. Yeah, I think this is a Mattel figure. But yeah, you can see that Batman is actually significantly taller, like much closer, basically 6-inch scale. So a lot bigger than, about a full inch bigger than the Red Ranger. Same thing with the Taskmaster. Taskmaster is a little bit shorter than Batman, but definitely bigger than Carter. So yeah, there you go. This Batman is, I forget how tall this Batman is until I start to do size comparisons. He's actually pretty tall. I used to think he was kind of like a shorter figure, but no, he's actually pretty big. Let's see, to finish it off, we will do the McFarlane Spider-Man. We'll do the Tom Holland from the, Ned 2-pack from Hasbro. I've got him with the Spider-Man mask on. But yeah, here he is with McFarlane Spider-Man, batch 1 version. The one that everybody wants. All right. So there is them. They scale pretty well. Obviously taller. This one a little bit taller as well. All right, so moving them out the way. Finishing it off, we have Ghost, I believe is his name. Ghost from the Jazzware. Either McFarlane, this is Jazzwares. Jazzwares Ghost from Fortnite. And then we have MJ, who fell on her face sometime during the review. But yeah, this is the MJ from No Way Home. All right, Zendaya. All right, there we go. Got her standing. All right, so there you go. And she is obviously taller than Carter, as is Ghost. Ghost is a little bit taller as well, especially if you count the hood. So there you go. So yeah, that's it for size comparisons. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the review. So thank you guys for watching as always. If you liked the video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Do you have any of these older Bandai Lightspeed Rescue Ranger figures, or just any of the Bandai figures that were like in the 5.5-inch scale from back in the day? Doesn't have to be the Lightspeed Rescue, could be any season. Do you still have any of these that maybe you got when you were a kid, or maybe that you've collected as an adult? Please let me know down below. I'd love to hear your stories about them. Any nostalgia that you have, regarding these figures, definitely let me know. Be glad to hear about all of that, man. Let's get a conversation going down there, all right? But yeah, got some more figure reviews on the way, so be looking out for those. A lot more reviews dropping very soon, as well as some other content. So if you liked it and you're new, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, pretty much it. So hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I will see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching, and this has been your boy BioSpider 3.0 signing out. See y'all in the next one. Peace. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Light speed go. Boom.